Um, 1 year ago, if you were to tell me that I were to be standing in front of a church in Northern Ireland speaking about the past year of my life, I would think you're insane. Just gonna put that out there. But this past year in my life has been completely life-changing for me. Before I came on this crazy trip my parents are doing around Europe for an entire year, it's not a short time. Before then, I was a mess. But in my head, I had everything under control, or so I thought. I thought I was fine, I thought I was okay, I thought I was walking along the right path. But at nights, I would fight with depression, I would fight with my self-esteem. I thought very lowly of myself. And despite everyone who told me otherwise, I still thought that I was nothing. I would amount to nothing. And I thought that God didn't want me. Then, in comes this trip. Parents are like, hey, we're going to Europe for a year. And I'm like, no. I have friends here, I don't want to leave. And anyways, they wanted to send my parents. And we went to Italy for 3 months. Maybe a couple days in, I broke down. And I hated being away from my friends. I would have fun during the day, but at night I broke down crying. I missed my friends, and I missed everyone back at home. And then I was told that, well, obviously I can't go back. I'm on the other side of the world. And they're still going to be there when I get home. So then after we went to Italy, we came here. And here's when I underwent the biggest change in my life. When I came to Life Church, I felt accepted. Everyone here, I felt like everyone wanted me to be here. Like, they were all welcoming, they were all kind, and I loved it. And I kept talking to my parents saying, hey, we should go back there. We should go back to that church. And they're like, but we don't even know if we're going to stay here because we didn't have a house at the time. And I kept hoping, like every night, I'm like, I'm going to go back there. And then we heard about Rock Nations. We got a house, by the way. And we heard about Rock Nations. And I went to go see what was about, what it was all about. And again, the same as the church, I felt accepted by everyone, like all the teens, and we started up this program called Youth Alpha. And I can tell you it was out of my comfort zone, but to be honest, that's when people grow. They're outside of their comfort zones. During this Youth Alpha course, my eyes were opened to who God really was. And there's one passage in the Bible that my dad actually showed to me one night. And that's Psalms 139:13. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. God doesn't just know you. He doesn't just love you. He created you. He knitted you together in your mother's womb. That's some pretty intricate work. I mean, knitting takes determination. I don't know, but it looks like it does. Knitting takes a lot of determination on the project. It takes a lot of skill. It takes a lot of practice. And God, well, he had all that. And He put a lot of time into every one of us. He's going to be around for us from the day we were born to the day we die, to carry us home. Have you guys ever seen before and after pictures and commercials? It's like you see before and after it's completely different. You're thinking, that's not the same person. It's a completely different person. Well, I can say, if it were possible to take a picture of me 1 year ago and me now, like, as a human being, not as how I look, you would look at me and you would say, that's a completely different person.
Chatting just before the meeting, and I was like, that's amazing, the before and after. But could you tell us a bit about what happened in the in-between? What was it that happened between you leaving the US and then being here today?
Well, the biggest change happened during the Youth Alpha sleepover. It was one night where we slept over for a weekend. And there was this one moment where it was the second day, we were all praying, we all got in separate groups and we just prayed. And nothing really spectacular happened to me. I didn't start praying in tongues, I didn't collapse on the ground, I didn't burst into tears, but it happened to people around me. To hear people around me praying in tongues and crying, I could feel that God was there. He was in the room, I could feel His presence.
Brilliant. You know what, that's amazing. Give it up, Alex. You know, it's so cool that God brings people from around the world to be in Belfast, of all places, to encounter Him. It's amazing the journey He will take you on to encounter Him. Alex, thank you so much for sharing your story.